Hi friends, today we have Revati here. She is a student pursuing her studies to become a registered nurse in Canada. This video is intended for audiences who are thinking to pursue nursing as a career or who are already working in this profession and they want to move to Canada. So let's get started. So hi Revati.
Hi.
So thank you so much for joining us in this video. I really appreciate you spending time for us. So let's get started. So let's start with your background. The work you did, your family, where you came from.
Okay. So I'm from Tamil Nadu, Chennai. So I'm a nurse from Chennai. So I have 11 plus years of experience as a nurse. So my ambition was to become a nurse in US or Canada. So for that reason I'm here. So I am here in my study permit. I have already completed my 1 year of education here in Canada. So I'm doing my second year of education. So which will help me to get my post-graduation work permit, and that gives me an ample time to do my registration process.
Revati, before doing this interview, I had this question in mind. Why nursing?
Nursing is a passion, as always.
Passion?
Yeah, it's a passion by serving people. So I like to help people who are not well. So that's a major passion for me. So I'm into this profession.
Right. So you said that you had 11 years of experience, right, already. So can you tell me what you like about your job?
It's all about the nursing. The way we treat the patient, we give care to the patient, we talk with the patient. It's all together. So it's nothing in particular. Nursing is a blessed job for me.
So if you are a nurse working back home, so can we come here and start working directly, or do you have any requirements or any licensing?
Yeah. Any nurse who is working in Canada or in US, the process is same. So you have to get your registered nurse license here. There are two types of licenses. Whichever is eligible for you, you will get according to your assessment completed. But to work as a nurse here, you have to have your license. Without that, you cannot come directly and work here.
Okay, so if you are working back home, let's say an example, like you have come from India, so you cannot work directly with that experience. You need to have license.
Yes.
I mean, get license from the government here and then work.
Yeah, that's quite a big process getting the license. So you have to get that, then you can work as a nurse here.
Right. So can you explain your journey from India to Canada, like how you started your process? You came here. I mean, you said that it's been 1 year, right? So just a gist of it, just to give an idea to the audience that how to start with the process.
Okay. Before starting the process, I had lots of things to do groundwork on that. So you have to go see the websites of CNO, which is the nurses website in Canada. So you can go into the website and you can read the website. It will really help you how you have to do the process. So what I did was I just went through the website and then I found a legible source to come here. So for the legible source, I just watched some YouTube videos and found that INSCOL Academy was the one who's helping out the nurses from India. So they have branches in Kerala and Chandigarh, I guess so, and they have in Canada, US, and different countries also. So I reached out to INSCOL in Kerala and I found out how I should do the process, and they asked me some documents, my education, my work experience, and all those documents were submitted to them. They communicate directly with the colleges over here. They are tied up with a couple of colleges here in Canada. So you can blindly trust INSCOL and come here. So that's how I came here.
How long did the process take? For you to come to India, start the study process?
Okay, the process is same like all. It's the same like for all the study permits. You have to submit your documents, they have to approve your permit, then you can just travel with your visa. So it's about 3 to 6 months of time frame. So for me, it just took 3 to 6 months, but it varies from person to person.
Okay. So do you have any exams for this, for you to come here and do the study? any like, let's say, like we came here for PR, right? So we had this IELTS and many things to do. So that is an entirely different process. Even for study permit, right? We have this IELTS to write generally. So likewise, in nursing, do you have any exams to be written that there and then you come here?
Okay, to come here to study, you don't have to write any exams. It's just an IELTS like all. You have to get some 6 or 6.5 based on the college requirement, and then you can just process your files.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that sounds good. And can you tell us the, if you don't mind, can you tell us the entire cost of including the documentation process, which you said back in India, the consultancy you joined, right? From there till the college fees, everything put together.
That's not a consultancy for you. That's an academy. They actually provide courses in the colleges over here.
Okay.
So they don't charge anything. I paid the tuition fees, which was around 18,000 CAD, and the GIC amount was 10,000 CAD. And for the tickets and those stuffs, it was around 2,000 or 3,000. So almost this was the one I spent it. Nothing I gave to the agency, to the academy.
Alright, so everything put together, it would be like within 30-35
Yeah,
years.
for a year.
For a year.
Yeah.
So that 18,000 you said was the tuition fees for 1 year.
Yeah, 1 year.
Okay. So your course is also for 1 year, like you said?
Yeah, I took 2 1-year courses, but that's the best option because if you take 2, right, we have 3 years of work permit. So I took 2 1-year courses.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. What is the 2 1-year course?
That's 1-year course. Once I finished the 1-year course, again I took another 1-year course.
Okay. So you took 2 courses all together.
Yeah.
And can you elaborate us about the course what you are taking so that it would give an idea to the people out there?
Okay. The courses for international nurses they are provided by Niagara College and Seneca College.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go with the Niagara College for first year, they will provide you with palliative care. It is just about the death care in Canada. So how you treat the people who are going to dying in Canada. So the first course was that for me, and the other course which Niagara College is providing is community mental health. That's the major thing in Canada. They have in Canada, the people are suffering with a lot of mental health issues. So this community mental health will really boost up your career. When you're applying for RN, when you submit this community mental health certificate, you will have your credits will increase. And with Seneca College, you have critical care nursing, leadership management. So we can choose any of this, and you can come here with those courses. Anything will help out, but I choose this palliative and community mental health.
Okay, so you said administration courses. So that is like if you don't want to get into clinical stuff, you can get into administration. Yeah. So what kind of jobs can they think of? Like both.
If you get through this nursing, leadership, and administration like that courses, once you get your RN license, you can work as a nursing administrator or a clinical instructor. It's just an office job. It's like an office job. Mm-hmm. You can sit in a room and you can just help out the other nurses by training them like that. So this leadership course will be helpful for that.
Right. Okay. And if you do the clinical course, it would be like more or less working in a hospital and treating patients.
Yeah. If you take this palliative care and community mental health, critical care nursing, coronary care nursing, such type of courses will help you as a nurse. So you can implement them when you are working as a nurse also.
So I would also like to understand scope of nursing in Canada. So where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Okay, being a nurse in Canada is a super profession here. So you will be treated as equal as a doctor here. So after 5 years, when I'm becoming a nurse and after 5 years of my experience, I know I'll be in a bigger position over here. In spite of earning money, I'll be treated in a better way compared to India.
Right. So I was about to come there. So I would like you to explain, what difference, since you have 11 years of experience, right? So you are much experienced candidate in nursing. So can you just explain us the difference in job nature, back in India and in Canada? What difference do you find, and where do you like more?
The job nature is nursing is everywhere same. So there is no much difference. Maybe the ratio of patients is different. Maybe in India, the nurses will be given around 20 to 30 patients, and there will be 2 or 3 nurses on taking care of all the patients. But here they have assigned particular nurse for particular patients. For example, 1:3. One nurse is given 3 or 4 patients sometimes. So you have nice time to treat them. You will not miss anything, which is the major thing for them. You cannot skip any procedures if you're having limited patients. So you can do everything to them. So it's nice. You don't have much pressure over here compared to India. So it's nice. As I saw, it is nice. I don't know how it is going to be when I'm going to practice, I know, but not now.
Alright. Can you brief us about the type of nursing practices in Canada?
There are 3 types of nurses. One is RPN and LPN. So in Ontario and British of Columbia, they call it as RPN. And other provinces, they are called as LPN. To become an RPN and LPN in Canada, you have to study this LPN, licensed practical nurse, or registered practical nurse course here in Canada. That's 2 years. And once you finish that course, you can work as an RPN or LPN. That's the basic level of startup for an RN. So once you finish that, if you are able to go for an higher studies, then you have to go for a bachelor's, which is called BSc Nursing in India. So the same type, if you do it here, then you will be eligible to write an RN exam. That's the second level. That's the main level of nursing. So once you finish this RN, you have to take masters. So once you finish your masters, you can write your nurse practitioner. That's NP. So once you become an NP, you are equivalent to doctor. So you'll be paid equivalent to doctor. So that's the major differences between these 3. So for example, RPN and LPN will be paid around $26 to $30 per hour. RN will be paid around $40 to $50 per hour. Nurse practitioner will be paid around $125 to $140 per hour. So that's the difference. If you do your masters, you can become a doctor here.
So Revati, can you tell us which province is good for nurses?
In specific of province, you can get, when you wanted to start up as a nurse, you can start in Ontario. But later time, if you want to get paid nicely, if you have some, you can drive out, then you can go for other provinces. But to start up, Ontario is the best.
If a student who has completed his 12th or high school, can they come? Is there any requirement for them to get nursing or start?
Yeah. If you have finished your grade 12 in India, you can come here and study your bachelor's of nursing if you get a seat in university. That's simple.
Okay. So it's like a simple process. Finish the IELTS and then
come. The same as everything. You have to just finish your IELTS, apply for an university. Yeah. Getting a job, getting a seat in university is the toughest thing over here. You have to be ready to clear it because university studies is so tough over here. So if you're able to do that, if you're capable enough, you can do that.
So getting a seat in university is based on IELTS, you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. So if you get a good ranking in IELTS, you'll get the seat.
Yeah, and moreover, to study nursing here in Canada, you should have max in your grade 12.
Okay.
Maybe in India we don't need max, but when you have to study as a nurse, or if you want to migrate as a nurse over here to get a license like me, you have to have max in your grade 12.
So max is a main subject you need. Okay. What would be the score you would say that would be good to get a seat in university?
Each and every university, they have their own specifications in their website. To come for a college, I know it's a 6 or 6.5 based on different colleges. For university, for sure you should have 7. Overall should be 7, and individual bands also should be 7.
Do you recommend any good colleges or universities for nursing?
To study nursing after 12?
Anything, 12th, or like you said, you have come, right?
So for international nurses, as I told you, anyone can contact INSCOL, and they are tied up with Niagara and Seneca College. But for grade 12, you have to go to the university websites. You can contact IDP, I guess. They can help you out.
IDP.
Yeah, they help out for the universities.
What is your income source?
Okay. Being a student, I'm allowed to work for 20 hours a week. So as per this, I work in a hospital over here. So they provide me exact 20 hours for a week. So that's my income source over here. So you can work as a PSW here. It's called as a personal support worker or a patient assistant. So everything is the same. The nature of job is same. It varies according to hospital or long-term centers or retirement homes, wherever you go forward. You'll be paid nicely. You have to just help out the nurses over there. But you're not allowed to do any specific care related to the nursing.
Okay, so what my doubt is, since you have experience, right, of nursing back in India, is that why you can work as PSW? Because what I'm thinking is, if a student, right, after 12, she comes and she is doing her studies in nursing, so can she also work in hospital?
I guess no, because it's completely based on their job requirements. If you're seeing some job, it will say they'll accept international nurses. So that time you can go and apply for that job, or else they will ask for a PSW. There's a certification over here for PSW. You should have a PSW certificate to work for that. But without these two stuffs, I don't think so. You can work in hospital or anywhere else.
Alright. Okay, thank you. So my next question is, let's say you got your license, you are a registered nurse here, and now you want to go back home. So can you work back in India with this license?
No, I cannot work with this license, but I will be having my license active over in India. That's a different licensing board, and this is different licensing board. So I have my license active in India still. I will be having it active in future also. So if I want to go back for at least for 3 to 6 months, if I want to work over there, then I'll use my license because I have an active license over there.
Right.
But you cannot work with this license in India.
Right. So this is for international nurses who has already have, they are already having license in India. They can go back and work.
Yeah.
But for students who has come like after their 12th, right? So and they are pursuing their degree and all, they cannot go back to India or any place there, right?
No, they cannot go back to any other, even to US also. They cannot work with the license there.
Okay.
So they have to transfer the license. If it is for US, they have to get a transfer of license. If it's for other countries, they have to transfer the license. That's a different process.
Oh, right. So this is only specific for Canada.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So Revati, how do you get registered as nurse in Canada?
Okay. The registration process is done by the NNAS. The explanation for NNAS is National Nursing Association Service, I think. When you start up with NNAS, you have to go submit all your application. That's a big application process. You have to submit your education, your work experience, and your license, and your identification documents. So when you fill up the application for NNAS, you have to just go log in and you have to create your own application. You will have an ID. You have to fill up your application. You will be generated with certain forms. There will be a form generated for your education. If you have finished your BSc nursing in India, you will be having a form for that. And there will be another form for your council. You will be registered with the nursing council in India. So for that you will have another form, and there will be forms based on your work experience. If you have work experience in 2 places, you will be generating 2 work experience forms. So you have to generate those forms. You have to send it back to the to India. That is where you work, where is your registration done, where is your education completed. You have to send your forms over there. They have to fill out those forms and they have to sign it, seal it, and then they have to send it to your NNAS. So these process will be explained in detail in the NNAS website itself. There's a handbook over there. You can read the handbook and you can do the process as per that. Step by step is given in that. So once these forms are completed, this NNAS will ask for your identification documents. If you are starting it from India, you can get your passport and your birth certificate or your marriage certificate, any of the 2 certificates authorized by any of the government officials. That's the person who signs in green. So it can be done from India. If you're doing it from Canada, you have to find a public notary over here and you have to get those documents notarized and then mail it out to NNAS. The mailing address will be given in the website. So the same mailing address is for all. So if you're sending your documents to your school, your college in India, you have to ask them to fill out those forms, and they will ask for some certificates attached to that. If you read the video, if you look into the video, you can know the process in detail. There's a video in the NNAS website also. So they have to attach those forms and they have to mail it out to NNAS. And again, the same is for your work experience. If you're working in a specific hospital, for example, if you're working for 2 years, so you have to ask the hospital people to fill out the form for you. It's a basic information in which scope of practice you are working for, how many hours you were working, what was your job title over there. So that's the questions in that form. So the hospital authority will fill out and sign it and seal it, and they will send it to NNAS. So once your forms are received by NNAS, they will evaluate your forms and they will say whether you meet the criteria or doesn't meet the criteria. If you're meeting the criteria, then they will generate a report for you. If the NNAS doesn't meet the criteria, then they will send the forms back to India and they will do the verification. So where you will not know how they are sending, but you can try asking them, but it's not sure that they'll not tell you, because it's a secret process. They say that they will not reveal the information to you. So once this verification is done by the NNAS, they will generate a report. It's a compatibility report. The report is called the compatibility report. There is option for 3 decisions from them. One is comparable, the other one is somewhat comparable, the third one is not comparable. So if you are getting your NNAS report in first 2 options, comparable or not, somewhat comparable, you will be you can have a hope that you can get a eligibility for RN. But if it is not comparable, then you have to think what's the next. But anyways, what you should do will be given by the CNO. That's the Nurses Association here in Canada. So once this report is ready, they will send it out to CNO. Because you will be selecting your province in the NNAS website. So whichever province you're selecting, if you're selecting Ontario, they will send it out to CNO. If you're selecting different provinces, they will send it to that particular Nurses Association. So for Ontario, it is CNO. So once the report is generated, you have to go create an account in CNO. Then you have to submit the report which you have from NNAS, and they will also send out the report. So which is they will compare both the reports, whether it's both are same or not. Then the CNO will give you the decision whether you can be a nurse or not. Sometimes they will give you, okay, you can sit for your exam. Then you can start preparing for the exam. Sometimes they will say, okay, no, you are not eligible. You are not meeting certain compatibilities. You have to do some OSCE or some other decisions, whatever they give. So it's all based on the decision of the CNO. You have to wait for the report from the NNAS to become a nurse. So when seeing the report, you will have an idea whether you can become a nurse or not. So the bigger process is with the NNAS.
So you said that you are doing a part-time job in a hospital, government hospital, right?
Yeah.
So can you tell us, how did you get in there?
Okay, when I came here to Canada, I was just looking for some part-time jobs. So when I was looking, I was getting in retirement homes and long-term centers, which is the place where all the international nurses were working. But I wanted to work in a hospital. So randomly, I just went into the hospitals in and around Toronto, and I just applied through their website. I didn't go submit my resume. I just applied through their website. I created my profile over there and applied. And luckily, I got it. So that's how it happened. So nothing big process over here. But being an international nurse, you can work in long-term centers and retirement homes. That's easy to get.
Right.
But in hospitals, it's little tougher. They should, maybe that time was my time, so I got it. But it's not that easy to get in hospital.
Revati, do you have any suggestions for students who are, pursuing, thinking to pursue nursing after coming to Canada, or those who are international nurses and they are planning to come like you? So do you have any suggestions for them?
Yeah, sure. For international nurses, they should have a plan how they are going to start up here. So for me, what my plan was when I started, I wanted to take a 2 years of course. So I'll have a 3 years of work permit. So it's an ample time for me to do the registration process. But when you finish your first year course, you can go ahead and start with the registration process. That's a big process. You have to go submit your application with the council. Then they have to do your background verification. So you have to be patient for all. It's a big process. You have to spend some money on that. But if you spend those money, it's worth it to get it.
So you have been in Canada for 1 year, right?
Oh, it's not 1 year, just 8 months.
8 months. So how was your experience here?
Oh, when I came here, it's a pandemic time. So everything was in lockdown, so I didn't have a chance to look out. But right now, the lockdown is no more, but still, it's so hot outside, so it's not that much nice to have a good experience here now. But it's the safest country for all here. So in general, Canada is the safest country for all. So that's my experience for now.
So you're doing online learning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So because of the pandemic.
Yeah, because of the pandemic, the classes are online.
So do you find any difference, like if you go and study in person and doing an online course? So any discomfort, or you find?
Maybe at the initial stage it was a little harder, but now it's okay. It's easier too. But I just miss the college. But I didn't have an opportunity to just go into the college and have some friends. So that's a major drawback here because of the online. When you start up with your online, you will not have your friends over here. So when I came here, I don't know anyone here. So I slowly made up friends. So that's a bigger challenging thing due to this online. But other than that, everything is fine.
This is more of a personal question, right? Okay. So can you tell us about your family, like family members back there who are all there in your family?
Sure. I'm married and I have my husband and my children. I have 2 kids. So all the 3 are in India. So that my family is so small. I don't have any of them apart from these people. So my children, they are so young, it's a little bit hard for them and as well as me to just be apart from each other.
You said you have 2 kids, right? And your husband back in India. And it's been 8 months without them. So do you have any regrets, or do you feel bad leaving them and coming here? Or is it worth everything?
I really miss them, but I don't have any regrets for this because I know it's completely worth it when I get when I become a nurse over here, and they are going to have a very good life over here. So I don't have any regrets with that, but I still miss them. But I cannot say that I don't miss them.
So I hope you get your nursing RN very soon. Do you have any plans sooner to bring them?
Yeah, I'm waiting for my NNIS verification process. So it's pending with them. So once everything is done, I write the exam, then I'm planning to bring them. I don't have specific time, maybe 6 or 8 months.
So I guess these are, we have covered most of the questions which, our audiences had. And Revati, thank you so much for spending, your time, and that too when you have limited holidays and all these things, and you have given us all the information which we required. So I thank you so much, and we had a great time. Thank you.
Thank you for it.